year with more Premier League goals? Yorkerez or Isak?
Yorkerez or Isak?
Yorkerez or Isak? Isak, 10,000. I will put everything I got. Isak.
Well, I didn't try to bet. He lost it.
You want to make that bet? I know you don't want to bet on Yorkerez. Oh, I know you don't want that bet. You've seen the highlights. You've seen those highlights. I know you don't want to bet on Yorkerez.
Listen.
We are back, my guys. Fried Footy here to give you warmth, joy, and hot takes on this international break. As always, we have the head of Rúben Amorim's fan club, Chuck, my guy, and Rodney, who's about to become Hollywood Rodney on the low. Only got a few more days before he goes to LA. Don't forget us. Don't forget us. I know you brought some heat today.
Yeah, I'm about to say no promises on who I remember and who I forget. But what I do remember for sure is a certain someone on this podcast, big upping to the point where they were talking historical levels of blazing is what it was, because we were talking about on this pod that Liverpool was going to go undefeated after the summer that they had, grabbing Isak, scoring Wirtz.
First of all,
Jeremy Frimpong.
It wasn't this podcast. One person. Please.
Fair. So my agenda, because that's what we're doing today,
Thank you.
is that Liverpool has unsuccessfully, or I guess successfully, how you want to put it, had the worst summer transfer in the history of the EPL. And they accomplished this by spending the most and yet not addressing their biggest weaknesses on their team, which was the back four. They addressed it by adding Frimpong and Kirk as two attacking wingbacks, not really a right back and a left back that's helping the center backs at all. You have Kanaté, who already has a foot out the door. He already told them, hey, I'm not coming back. I got a year left. You did this whole song and dance with Trent Alexander-Arnold, and yet you want to repeat your
So what are you saying? You're saying this is all just a failure?
He just said what it was.
I just said it's the worst.
You're willing to call that after this small of amount of time when they're in second place?
Well, for one, I said it a month or two ago that they had big issues on defense. I never was super high on them to begin with, so it's not like I'm changing trajectory 100%. But what I am saying is that given the amount of money they spent, over $400 million euros total, which was the most for a transfer window ever in the history of the Premier League. So when you're setting the bar that high, and now we're talking about, I saw a report that said that they're talking about maybe Florian Wirtz can go to Bayern for 50 mil. That they could maybe just cut their losses and just send them off to Bayern because Bayern wanted them to begin with. You know what I mean? So the fact
you think Wirtz would want to go?
Yes. If you could get Wirtz a get out of jail free card.
If you could just say Florian Wirtz, you can go to Bayern tomorrow. You think he would take that out of Liverpool?
Bro, he would pack his own bags and call Uber right then and there. If you said you have a get out of jail free card and you can go to Bayern right now. He can go back home to Germany, go back on a team that you could say is better or just as good as Liverpool. I would probably take Bayern over Liverpool right now on paper. And yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't.
Well, let me just address a few things.
Because it's an admission that you've just failed miserably.
That's fine. You think Bayern's going to pay him any less? His money's going to stay the same. He's going to.
You want to try to prove yourself? I mean, it's been 7 games, 8 games. You don't want to stay and try to prove yourself?
And it's not even just the goals and assists. Sorry to cut you off. It's not the goals and assists. Bro, we're looking at Wirtz, and he's like, yo, his touch looks terrible. It's like the basics. It's like the basics.
He's losing the ball so much.
Ball in the box.
But let's stick to the larger point. Liverpool's demise, as I said, would be televised. And the whole point is that they haven't been a good team all season. Like, let's not act
they're lucky they're in second. Let's not
act like these 3 losses are indicative of some sort of stretch. No, since they have started playing football in August, they have been a bad team. They have squeaked out wins. They have got handballs in the 85th minute for penalties. They have gotten goals and headers off the last second. So for all this Invincibles, when they get Isak, that's what we were told. That when they get Isak, that they were now going to be the Invincibles. They look better with Ekatike. I said Isak. Ekatike was a better fighter. Oh my God, I'm so crazy. Isak had one good year in the Premier League. One good year.
Two good years. Come on.
Isak has one good year in the Premier League. And has a good.
He scored 22 goals that year.
He has a year and a half of good Premier League work, and he got elevated to the best striker in the world, and can't even get a Premier League goal. So I don't want to hear,
Yo, you guys are hating on Isak way too prematurely.
Hey, I will
Way
say,
too prematurely.
I will say, and I've talked about this with a Man U cat, Cunha. I've talked about this before, and I don't mean this as any Man U slander towards Chuck at all. But I think there is something to say when you have, and we talked about this with Bruno as well, with Kiko, I believe, or maybe Wirtz, where you have guys who are really good, but they're on bad teams, and they have the freedom to do anything they want.
Bad?
I understand that they weren't bad, but listen to what I'm saying.
They were on bad teams.
No, listen. But what I'm saying is, yes, Newcastle wasn't bad. They were good. They qualified.
No.
But what I'm saying is,
I have to stop. Newcastle played the first European football in almost 30 fucking years. Out of my face. Like, this is what I'm talking about.
They were good last year.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, despite whether they were good or bad, they weren't great, but they were at least decent. Isak had the freedom to do anything he wanted. He could drift anywhere on the pitch. He had freedom to do anything.
That's why he's the best striker.
And when you go, okay, but when you go, and I brought up Cunha as someone who obviously Newcastle wasn't as good as his team, but he had the same freedom to do whatever he wanted. You know, I talked about Bruno. Bruno last year on Man U had the freedom to do whatever he wanted. He could try any pass, he could try any shot, because at the end of the day, when you're the best player, no one's going to say, hey, what are you doing? So that's a different level of confidence. It's a different mentality. Versus when you put him on Liverpool with those expectations, all of a sudden, he may not even be the best player on the pitch. You know, if you're looking at someone like Salah, who just finished third in Ballon d'Or, all of a sudden, you're playing way different. You're playing in a much more stringent system where you only asked to do very specific things. You're not asked to do everything. You have very specific things to do, and I just don't know if that always translates. And we're seeing it not just with Isak. We're seeing it with Cunha as well. Someone who is super, super, super talented. But when you say, okay, Cunha, but you're not allowed to do everything. You have to do this one thing. You have to stay on this part.
Get over Newcastle being a good team. Like, that's where my mind is. My mind is still there.
I just think it's hard.
Great team. They're a good team.
It's hard to translate. That's hard to translate.
Okay, here's the thing. I agree on everything with Wirtz. Like, to me, Wirtz has looked overmatched. He looks like someone that is used to the Bundesliga and can't get with this speed. But Isak, I just think you guys are going to look so wrong going back on this. Like, that dude has so much quality. Wait a second. Let me land here. Did you see?
You're already wrong. It doesn't matter. You're already wrong. So it doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah,
Did you watch the game? Did you watch the Chelsea game?
Bro,
did you see his assist?
Man, bro, give a what you said about watching the game no more. Because I know you're not. Once again, Isak got an assist off of him flicking his foot. You actually thought that was it. That's how I know you just been saying
maybe that was an accident.
It was an accidental touch.
No, it wasn't. Oh my God.
Goodness gracious.
Bro, that was like a Zidane. That was like a Zidane touch.
Anything. Your man has no Premier League goals and one goal in the FA Cup. Oh, I'm sorry, in the Carabao Cup. Since he's been in Liverpool.
Played 3 games.
Yes. What are you talking about? You ring a fire mouth for the 7 years. That same energy. Yeah. Continue.
I think ignoring that Isak created the only Liverpool goal, but you're gonna say it's by accident. That's fine. That's some real hater shit.
Yeah,
you watched the way he moved his leg.
I'm not hating on Isak in terms of saying that he's bad. I don't think he's the best striker, but I think he's fine. But what I'm saying is, in terms of my criticism, is that they didn't need him. They spent way too much money on a duplicate player. When I understand that they had a plan and a vision to sign Isak for multiple seasons. I get that. But you, as someone who's constructing a team, if I'm looking at my current squad and I'm like, whoa, Ekitike is playing really well. Why would I then double the amount I paid for Ekitike to get someone to now push Ekitike to the bench?
Because he's a better striker. He could do everything on the pitch. You don't remember us having this conversation about Isak? He's just going to roam all around the pitch, and he's not just not a goal-scoring striker. He goes back in the wing, and then he's going to take the ball. You don't remember these conversations? I do.
And to my point, he can do that on Newcastle. He can't do that on Liverpool.
Have fun doubting someone that talented. Like, have fun.
Once again, the man is more than 20. He's 27. You keep talking about him like he's some sort of like
19-year-old, yeah, he's 27.
He's a grown-ass fucking man. Like, we don't do this for people when we don't do
Hey, question. Who's
Fuck outta here.
gonna end the year with more Premier League goals? Yorkerez or
Isak?
Yorkerez or Isak? Isak, 10,000. I will put everything I got.
No.
Isak.
Well, I didn't choose because he loves it. I'll
Oh,
put
you want to make that bet? I know you don't want to bet on Yorkerez. Oh, I know you don't want that bet. You've seen the highlights. You've seen those highlights. I know you don't want to bet on Yorkerez.
Listen.
I'm just asking because Yorkerez is ahead.
That's what the difference. You only watch highlights, so it doesn't matter.
I watched the game too. I watched Yorkerez get shut down by every center back he plays.
I'll take tap-in goals. That doesn't concern me.
I'll bet you. Let's go.
I don't even do the highlights. So I want the same odds for Rúben's firing on Yorkerez having more.
Whoa, who said I'm giving you odds? That was your mistake. I'm not running the odds back. That's crazy.
You pussy too. I love it.
No pussy.
Hey.
It's a word you can't bet.
Brad, you can't say you would bet your life savings and then talk about you don't want to give up odds.
Listen.
Come on now.
Say anything. Brad just been saying anything.
I'll give you some odds. I'm not giving you that same level of odds. I'll give you some odds.
I'm just saying. When I first said it, you were acting like you were ready to put your life savings.
I'll give you odds. After meditating on it, I'll give you some odds.
No, listen.
You got odds talking here.
You can add as long as you want. You a sucker. My point is proven. So I will move on to my agenda. Or unless you want to
Wait a second. I do. There's one other question that I wanted to get in about Liverpool, which is just a temperature check. How are we feeling about Mo Salah right now?
It's tough.
It's just 7 games.
It's tough. No, honestly, I can't say it's just 7 games because this is an extension from how he finished last year. And that's what bothers me. He started off last year so strong in the first half, and then he kind of slowly trickled down. And now, we're getting to this season, and it's not like he's bounced back and he's having the first half he did last year. It's very much the vibes of the second half of previous Premier League season. So I'm very worried about Salah. I'm very, very worried. Another schedule where they have to go through Champions League and the FA Cup and Carabao. They're playing twice a week, every week. They don't have. And to my point, they spent $400-something million, and his backup is Frimpong.
That's crazy.
His backup is Frimpong, who I said in this pod is worse than Trent Alexander at right back or right wing and every possible facet of football. He is worse than Trent Alexander at every single facet of soccer, of football, of whatever you want to call it. He's worse at it. So now you're going to tell me he can't play right back because he's getting too cooked, so they have to try to salvage it and move him up the right wing to try to save him, and he can be Salah's backup. He hasn't done anything. He's been a zero, a negative.
He was so bad at right wing. Oh my God.
So bad. But he has to play right wing because he legitimately is too bad at defense to play right back. As bad as Frimpong is worse. He's smaller. He's not as fast. He's weaker. He's worse at everything. It's crazy.
He provides nothing offensively, and that's
just fast. He's fast.
That's all Trent did.
He's fast.
Yes.
I'll give him that. He's fast.
Yeah.
Not too much for Frimpong. He beat Trent in a race.
Arsenal's in first place. Obviously, as you know, if that's happening, that means Arsenal fans are putting that in everyone's fucking face like 24/7. And they've earned it. Listen, generational defense. They got a great team. I feel like that Arsenal would run away with the league if they didn't have this one problem. And I think the one problem is their striker is not it. And I don't think they're going to be able to sustain first place. I don't think they're going to be able to compete in the Champions League realistically if they don't find a different solution at striker and get serious. And I think they need to bench Yorkerez for Mikel Merino. I think Mikel Merino is twice the striker. I think he's so much better in the box. He's so much more agile. His finishing is better. Bro, I've watched so much Yorkerez. He looks like he's a plumber playing football. And I don't know. I know, Chuck, you were a big fan of Yorkerez. I know you've backed off a little.
I don't even care.
Where are you right now?
First of all, I don't even care about it. First of all, I'm just thinking about all this, like the Merino, I hate every take you've just had so far. It's just all fucking bad. Just all of it is bad.
I think Merino's their best striker when I look at it.
I remember us doing an episode about this. I remember us doing an episode about this, and he's been like, he's not even a striker. And I was like, well, he plays striker for, you were like, well, he's not a striker. I'm like, but he really plays up. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm tired of your takes. I'm tired of all of them. I'm so fucking tired. Well, with that being said, I agree with you that he doesn't need to start, but I think the starting three should just be, they should just go into the African Brotherhood and say Isak, Saka, Eze, and Noni when he gets back. Y'all three.
So who's in the middle?
I don't. At this
point,
point,
you just think they're all rotating the whole time?
Let's go PSG vibes.
I would put Eze at the middle just because he did a little bit more of that at Palace with that.
In terms of being in the middle, yeah.
So I would think he could do that. But those two wingers and his ability to not only score goals but to create goals, I think you need that. Declan Rice is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, probably in Europe, period. And then Marino, and then you can...
Rúben Mendy's good.
Rúben Mendy's great.
Then we had our midfield, and then that back four is solidified. We keep saying how great that back four is. So I think you do that, and you let Yorkerez come on and sub in the 60th, 70th minute. And
he play against tired legs.
Yeah, and then you could be a big body and get those easy, cheap goals. But I think the thing where you want to start him and like kind of do like the formation, because that's what it seems like to me, that Arteta is like, this is my formation, so I'm going to play it like that.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, there's a 0% chance of any of this happening as long as Arteta's the coach. I'm gonna just make that clear.
They're gonna bench
Yorkerez. There's a 0% chance that he will A, bench Yorkerez, and B, start those three Africans up top at the same time. 0%.
Why do you have to say it like that?
That's what they are.
I mean, there are three Africans that he's not starting. It's just, I'm not calling them racist. It's just
no.
I'm just saying, like, it's 0% chance.
I gotta win, Brad. Why isn't Arteta gonna do that though? Like, just because
Arteta's not doing that under any circumstance.
Because they're African?
That's what I'm saying.
No, because Arteta has no imagination whatsoever.
Okay.
It's nothing to do with them being
African. That's what I gotta check.
No, it's because of Arteta's lack of imagination and the financial investment that they put in Yorkerez. They're gonna force this in the entire season.
Well, I'm curious though, because that financial investment has to play a part for sure. Like, I don't care what anybody says in any sport.
Of course.
Once you pay somebody an X amount,
they want to be right.
Something. But with that being said, they paid Havertz a lot of money too, who's injured.
Baby, 1 second. We're cooking Arsenal. I'm gonna call you back in a second, okay? I'll be right back. Okay?
I love the live break here. With that being said, if Havertz comes back, does that change how this looks?
That's the only person who could possibly start instead of Yorkerez and Havertz.
And you know what?
No, Marino has been really good in those small opportunities they've given him at striker.
He played striker many times last year. I agree. I'm
not talking about what works and what doesn't. I'm just talking about
the fact that they got Eze now is creating so many more chances. And to me, like, to watch Eze create chance after chance and Yorkerez just have it bounce off his leg out of bounds pretty much, I don't know how long Arteta is going to be able to resist just a player who's better at their feet. McAllister's first touch.
They're in first place. They're
winning the Premier League. They've been pretty dominant in Champions League. like, there's nothing for all the complaints we have, which I think I've been shitting on you, but I think your Arteta offensive are fair. They're not like, just saying shit to say, but they're fair. But with that being said, he's not an offensive guy. So in his mind, it's working. So I don't know what you do to change that, unless they need a spanking. They need a real thorough spanking to Atletico Madrid, to a top Premier League team.
So like when they played City, like City is not the best defense in the Premier League, but for the majority of that game, City had them kind of locked up. They were taking long shots. They weren't good chances. I was kind of surprised. I know the final score. I know how it ended. Like, we know that, no, I'm saying. But
I'm not saying to discredit.
I'm just saying
that's why Yorkerez. What I'm telling you both is that you're not wrong, and I'm telling you that there's no chance. There's no chance that Arteta is gonna bench Yorkerez.
Because I'm feeling real petty today. I agree with the Yorkerez. Don't get too happy. Okay. Because he, leads and whatnot. There's another player who plays for Arsenal who I think has only come on versus Leeds, and we made a really big deal about him getting a penalty. So I'm just saying.
His time is coming. Don't worry.
I'm just saying if Leeds is
And
kind of
he's black paying U21.
I mean, once they got Eze, it was like the offense was so crowded. You know, he'll have his time though. He's
the
coming.
Wonder Kid isn't that much of a Wonder Kid. But
No, he's a wonder kid. He's a wonder kid.
Okay.
Arteta's just a dictator. Dictators don't let wonder kids
the Wonder
flourish.
Kid who was
Hey,
going to be.
and dictators don't do all these changes that y'all are talking about.
That's true.
This was Arteta. This is Yorkerez is his guy.
Bro, what a miss. Like, honestly, I want to know from you guys, how does Yorkerez compare to what you expected? Like, because I'm guessing you've watched a lot more of him recently than you had when he was in the Portuguese
You
league.
never
I didn't
watched
watch
him in
that much.
Portugal. I did it. So
I'm
that's
just saying,
what is
how has it compared to your expectations? Like, what has he let you down in terms of? Yeah.
I think I'm just not a hater, and I'm sort of a realist. Like, bro, go look at the Premier League and go look at who's the top goal scorers. There's not many people who have more than 3 goals. Like, I just want you to just take a gander right now. Like, there's very few people who are like 5, 6 goals. It's Haaland, Semenyo, and then like everybody else. Like, you know, here, there, da. He's in his place.
But you know what I think he's very similar to? Chris Wood. Like, Chris Wood is a really good player, but like if Arsenal got Chris Wood to be their starting striker, would Arsenal fans be like, oh, we did it? No. You know?
And I agree with you, but Chris Wood just had 17 goals in the
I know, and like I'm saying Chris Wood is good, but I think it's a type of offense that he's good in. This offense where Yorkerez is receiving the ball in the box with these short passes, that is not his game. Like, his first touches on the short passes, he's been ruining chances. Like, I know he really, really has. And when he's on the break, similar to Chris Wood, when he's on the break, great. You know, he can bully people. He gets a step on you. It's like, it is tough to stop him. And he can finish one-on-one decently, you know? But this shit is not for him, man. Like,
Hey,
I don't know how did Arteta get this so wrong? Like, he knows how he plays. Like, I don't get that.
You watched Arteta's offense. You've watched his philosophy.
Yeah.
How do you think? I would be more surprised if he got it right. When's the last time Arsenal had a good striker for real? Not really in Arteta's tenure.
When they signed Gabriel Jesus as a City fan, I was just like, thank you. All right, Chuck. I know we gotta talk about this. I feel like this is becoming your second team.
I love Forest, bro. You know what? At one point, I was randomly gonna be like, "Fuck United, you guys have broken my heart," and I'm gonna ride with Forest.
Wait, when was this point?
This was some point last year. I would never tell you guys in the moment
You
because
could never call me a front runner again.
I would never let you guys have that, you know, that feeling of in your chest.
How strong was the temptation?
It was
on a scale of 1 to 10, like 10 being you're gonna do it.
It was like a 6. It was like a 6.
Okay,
I was definitely like off some like, what the fuck is this shit? You know. but Nuno was there, and shout out Black History Month. My black brother was there, and I was just loving the offense. I was like, man, they got some things going. Chris Wood, I was a big proponent of Chris Wood, and I just loved it all. But you got the fucking idiot owner. Marinakis, come here. Right here, let's have a conversation. My Greek friend. What the fuck? You don't even play soccer. You don't got no soccer bag. You don't come from no soccer. Your people do shipping. That's what you do.
You do shipping.
You do shipping. You are a global shipper. That is where you get your money at.
You do logistics.
You do legit. So what made you think firing Nuno and adding listen, I know he's Greek too. And listen, if it is about keeping it in the family, I can respect that. Me, myself, everybody from PG and everybody from Ghana gets jobs. So I get it. I understand. But this shit gotta stop. Forest is 17th in the table right now.
Good.
They are 1 spot out of relegation. They have 5 points. They have not won a game since the opening match. They have won a calendar. They have won a calendar month. All of September. Lost every match. I'm talking Europa, Premier League, Carabao Cup. They have either tied. They have either tied or lost. Remember when Crystal Palace was like, update the bio?
Yeah.
No, still defeated. Still defeated is what Forrest is saying, and I just do not understand. This team was 7th, like literally fighting to be in the champ. Like we were talking about, man, could Forrest make a run? And because they didn't make it, Marinakis, I don't give a fuck I'm saying your name at this point. He decided to fire Nuno and then I am still baffled at the logic. What an age finished 17th last year in the
Age consistent, they're 17th now.
Where is the logic? Bro, I'm so pissed off because I like Forest. I think Forest has good young players. I think, it's a fun story. Like, they seem like a real proper English club. Like, all of it seems great. Why would you? I am really, like, this is really making me upset. I don't get this.
Yeah, I think, like, Nuno was such a good coach that he convinced the owner that these players were much better than they actually are. Nuno came in, played the perfect system to mask all their weaknesses and maximize all their strengths, had them playing super defensively, just countering when they had possession and advantage, put Chris Wood in the perfect role, had Gibbs White in the perfect role.
You know
and
what?
Nuno was like, you know what? We're getting the Champions League next year. Like, he forgot who Forrest was. He forgot who these guys are. And that's what happens when you are a billionaire. You are disconnected from reality. Like, this dude, he looks like, remember the fat, evil alien guys in Space Jam?
Yeah.
I think that every time I see that guy.
Coach. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's his doppelganger.
Man, I'm not fucking with his bag, man. He pissing me. And my thing is like, you'll be brilliant people too. Like, Gibbs White, stand up for yourself. At first, I wasn't with Rodney, but now I'm with Rodney. Stand up for you. But to be fair, y'all got Kudus, so y'all like, screw him. He can stay over there. Like,
but Gibbs White would have been with Kudus. Kudus was already on the team.
That would have been cold.
Kudus was already on the team. We got Simons instead at this point. He would have been with Kudus. So that's the thing.
Gibbs White, you fooling.
He messed up. The only thing.
At first, I was against Rodney. Let the man down. But now, you getting bullied by this fucking Monstars looking motherfucker. I ain't got nothing for you.
And then Gibbs White's going to come out and be like, oh, well, I wanted to be with my kid and my girlfriend. Bro, you already said yes. You said yes to going to Tottenham. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
I want to Google how far Tottenham is from Nottingham Forest. Like, just Google their home playing field versus that. And if it's less than an hour, Gibbs White.
The last little thing I wanted to say that, this take will grow as the weeks grow, but Man City's a contender again. Full stop. Haaland is back in his first year form. And I didn't know if that was coming back. And I have to repent for putting Isak above him. I would like to repent to the robot. I'm sorry. I was
you were doing this when he signed the $500,000 contract you were hating. Like, it was three people on this pod, and two of us were like, I mean, it seems like, he's good. It's a good, you were like, that's crazy money. Even back then you were hating, so it
wasn't working last year. Let's be honest. It wasn't working. It wasn't it wasn't working last year, but we're back. And that's the point. And you know what? Sometimes in relationships, you go through a rough patch. And then you make up, you talk about it, and then your bond is stronger than ever. And that's Man City right now.
We're moving forward.
We got Donnarumma. Donnarumma is chiefing that back line. It's a different ball game. Brentford didn't get one touch inside Man City's box in the first half. That's a stat I love because we've been letting people just fucking run wild for like a year and a half. So that's all I had to get off my chest.
So what's your temperature check on Man City finishing ahead of Tottenham? Just curious.
I mean, I already made my bet. The temperature's taken.
I'm just asking your confidence.
I feel great. I feel dandy.
Listen. I just find it funny that anytime they do good, you're like, and then when they don't do anything at all, you're quiet. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Also, Monaco.
I haven't talked about Man United much lately.
Who did just draw with the Champions League again?
Exactly. Thank you, Rob. I was gonna say, Monaco. You said all that about touch, and then.
Who they draw with?
To be fair, I didn't say they're Champions League contender, Premier League contender. Champions League, that take will come later. Has to marinate. I'm not really ready for that.
I love how you are so shameless. Like, no shame, just push through the tape and keep going. But no, I think you are right. I wish I had Haaland's numbers from last year because like. You act like he
still scored over 20 goals.
There were large stretches where they were super, super ineffective with him and where he didn't look good. He was hurt a few times. Yes. And whenever a guy's hurt and coming back, like it takes a while to get back to your full form.
I agree, but
and the truth is, not everybody does. Some people keep getting hurt, having issues.
Like Rodney?
Bro, I don't think Rodney's coming back. Now, Nico Gonzalez is starting to look really, really good. He's starting to look like he's finally paying off. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But my thing is that last year, and I hate to even defend City, but like
That's right. Defend my
We were
boys.
talking about like is De Bruyne cooked? Now we know he's not because of what he's doing in Napoli.
He's a little.
But
He's a little cooked. He's a little cooked.
okay, I just see. All right, whatever. We see what he's doing in Napoli, but like we were concerned if he were MLS cooked. We're not. We're
No,
not
he's not MLS cooked.
Exactly. We're not saying that anymore. Kyle Walker, like we were talking about Kyle Walker and his different families. Like we were focused on many other things that I think were playing a demise in City's form. That Haaland was like number 6 or 7 on that list. So to kind of be like, just because he's playing out of his mind right now, that like you're all back in, just shows how much of a choosy lover and front runner you are. And I had to spell that out for the people. Thank you.
Listen, I can't refute these allegations right now, but all I can say is I'm sorry. I once was blind, but now I see. Okay. Listen, isn't that what was the words of Jesus? It's all about forgiveness, right? Here I am.
Says the Jew.
I'm about to say, are you Jewish?
I am Jewish.
I don't think that's part of your thing. I don't think that's part of your thing.
No, I used to do Christmas.
Oh, if we're doing hot takes, we're doing takes that are marinating. I'm just letting y'all know now. I got my best duo in the world at center back, Ven Romero. Best duo
in the world.
at center back in the world.
You better put a lot of lemon and a lot of stuff in that marinade.
And
That's gonna take a while.
Hey, out of all the games that Haaland's played this year, he hasn't scored in one. It was against that brick wall in Tottenham. Wall in Tottenham. He didn't score. Man City didn't score. It was beautiful. Shit, that's not the first time Man City came into Tottenham and scored 0 goals too. So we're gonna leave it there for now. It's just something that's marinating.
I don't mean to like formally push back, but I love that Crystal Palace back line and that part of my Chris Richards agenda that will be coming later. So.
All right, first off, if anyone has any United States men's national soccer team agendas, they need to go through me. As Captain America on this
all of
pod,
them?
yes, I'm claiming every single one because it was 2024 when I was talking about 2026 U.S. men's national team. So now that the World Cup air is getting snipped up and the tickets are starting to get sold, anyone who wants to jump on the bandwagon needs to apply through me.
Okay.
I got one guy I've been a fan of for a while, Tyler Adams. Defensive mid.
I told you earlier about my Chris Richards and then Weah, and then those are my only. Everybody else you got, and I'm fucking with Pulisic, Captain America. That's it.
Thank you.
Pulisic is definitely gonna let us down in the big moment, but it is what it is.
You saw that penalty kick?
Oh my god,
Yeah,
bro! Like
penalty
he didn't. That wasn't even close.
Yeah.
At least if you sky it, hit it hard. He like soft skied it.
Yeah,
I don't know how that's possible.
It was like he tried to, what do they call it?
Panenka?
Oh my god!
Panenka. If that was his attempt at a Panenka, that makes that penalty so much worse.
It went so slow, it kind of looked like that a little bit.
Yeah. Getting ready for Mexico City.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the move, Chuck. We're trying to go to Mexico City for World Cup.
I was talking about that with Pico. He was on the call.
When we were in Mexico City, we were saying that, and that was just for the vibe.
I wasn't serious when I said it, but in Mexico City, but I was serious.
You see, this is what I'm talking.
I'm just being honest. I thought this was a safe space.
You just be saying shit.
Sometimes in life, people say shit.
God damn it, man.
Anything for the pod. Anything for the pod. All right, boy.
Anything for the pod. I love that.
Talk to you next week. Anything. See ya.
Oh, man. It's 8:30? Oh, that's perfect.
Pretty much. Look at that. 8:28. Fucking group of professionals over here.